Hi guys, welcome to lesson 4-8. Use number sense to multiply decimals. Today is a fun lesson. I love this one. Your I can statement is, I can use number sense and reasoning to place the decimal point in a product. So I'd like you to push pause, and then when you get done writing your lesson title and your I can statement, push play. I'm going to do a little pre-teaching before we get to our solve and share. So welcome back. Thanks for writing the title, use number sense to multiply decimals, and your I can statement. And what it means to use number sense and reasoning to place the decimal point in the product is you're going to be using, I need to put my pin on. I love this lesson because it really kind of helps you make sense of it all. So I kind of want to do a little pre-teaching here. So if we have 5 and 100ths, and you're going to take it times 3, and your book may give you this as your answer, 1,503. But if you've noticed from your I can statement, you need to use number sense to place the decimal point in the product. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to kind of be estimating both of these. So 5 and 100ths is close to 5. Well, and that would be just times 3 wholes like it is. And you get an answer that is 15. So by using number sense, that means that you need to be looking at this 15 and you need to be thinking, so my answer should be close to that. So that's going to help you understand then that your decimal point needs to go after the 5 because you know your answer needs to be close to 15. It kind of gives you that number sense of knowing where to put your decimal point. If this is a tens number, I know that I need to have a tens number as my whole. Another one, just to go ahead and review it, I'm going to write it up here. If we had 12 times 4 and 8/10, and it gave you an answer like 576. By using number sense, we know we would be taking 12 times 5, and we know that we would get 60. So in your head, you need to be thinking, okay, well, my answer needs to be close to 60. So my decimal point then would have to be between the 7 and the 6. You would have 57 and 6/10 because you know from estimating it needs to be close to 60. So that's what we're doing today. To me, it's a lot of fun and makes a whole lot of sense understanding it that way. So we're going to move on. Now we've done a couple problems to our problem and our solution. And we're going to be doing 3 separate things today. So we're going to have 3 separate answers or products. And it says 3 students in Miss Chu's class wrote the following problems on the board. The correct digits in the products are given. So we're going to have the correct digits in the products. And remember, product is the answer to a multiplication problem. And all of these answers are correct. We just need to make sure that we put the decimal point where it needs to go. So where should the decimal point go in each? So we're going to use our number sense and our reasoning skills to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and look at number 1. I wish I wrote better with this pen. Right was. Okay, so we have 7 and 8500ths times 16. So basically, we know that we say 7 8500ths times 16. That's easy to multiply. That would get 160. So we know our answer is going to be less than 160. So I have 125 and 6. You could have also done 8 and 16 and that still would have helped you out in the same way with number sense. I just put it easy to multiply. The next one, I have 9800ths times a half, which to me that would be like 1 times a half, because 9800ths is close to that. So 1 times a half is a half. So therefore, I know my answer has to be close to a half. need to go in front of the 49 because 1 times a half is a half. So I don't have any whole numbers, so that means my decimal point needs to be 49 hundredths. I could do this all day. This is fun. Okay, then we have 1 and 6 hundredths times 1 and 5 tenths, and we need to know where our decimal point is going to go into 159. So 1 and 6 tenths, I would say I have 1 times, oh, well, I'll just leave it as 1.5. 1 times 1.5 is 1.5. So my answer needs to be close to 1.5. And therefore, I'm going to put my decimal in there, 1 and 59 hundredths. So I hope you're having as much fun with this as me, but it really does make a lot of sense and helps us with that. So if we look at Pilar's work, he basically estimated like I did and placed his decimal in the exact same points as I did. He did the estimation method like me. Turiano, he did 8 times 16, which is about 120. So he knew his answer needed to be between the 5 and the 6. So in 7 and 85 hundredths times 16, he just, instead of doing 10 like I did, he did 8 times 16. So we knew his answer had to be close to 120. So therefore we have a three digits in our whole number. So it'd be 125.6. 98 hundredths times a half is about a half. Basically 1 times a half lets you know that your answer is going to be close to a half. So when we looked at 49, our decimal point would go in front of the 4 because 49 hundredths is 1/100th away from a half. And then, yep, 1 times 1.5, you get 1.5, 1 and 5 tenths, which means our answer has to be close to 1 and 5 tenths. So when we look at 159, if we put our decimal there, that is close to 1 and 5 tenths. So now we're going to summarize your thinking below. Basically in this part, I want you to be thinking a little bit about, what did you estimate both of the factors to help you understand where the decimal would go in your product. And I hope you enjoyed this lesson as much as I did, and just explain your thinking below. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.